guys, so today I'm going to show you how to do a simple door casing. The material I decided to use is MDF. So on the sides, it's going to be 2.5 inches wide and 1/2 inch thick. And to add some dimension, we're going to do 3.5 inches wide and 3/4 of an inch thick on top. So some of the other materials that you're going to need to do this project is a nail gun, measuring tape, caulk, and wood filler. So the first thing we're going to do is measure this side of the casing, and the way we're going to do that is measure from the floor all the way to the top here. But we're also going to add 1/4 inch of an exposure. So if you come a little closer, I'll show you what that looks like. So as you can see, right here is the top of the door frame, but we're going to add 1/4 inch up until about here in order to have that 1/4 inch of an exposure. So for this side of the door, it is about 80.25. So when we add 1/4 inch there, that's going to be 80.5 inches. So that's the size we're going to cut this side of the casing. So we moved outside and we're just going to mark out 80.5 inches on our piece here. But we're actually going to mark it a little bit longer just in case, right? So we have a little room to play with. So I'm going to cut off 80 5/8. And safety first, so always wear your goggles or your eye protection before you cut wood. And this is actually another piece of material that I forgot to mention that you're going to need on this project. It's something to cut that wood with. All right, so we have our mark here, and we're going to cut right on the line. And we're going to do the same for the other piece. So we're going to mark 1/4 inch on the door so we know where our casing should stop. And we're going to take the piece that we just cut, line it up against the door, and make sure that it's lined up to that line. So this is actually a perfect cut. The next thing we're going to do is nail these pieces onto the sides. So what we want to do here is line it up to where we want it to be. We're going to leave, again, 1/4 inch exposure all down the side as well. And we're going to use our level to make sure that everything is straight and level all the way down. Next, we're going to just start nailing. So as you know, there's wood on this side and there's also wood on this side. So you're going to want to put 2 nails about 2 to 4 inches all the way down to the bottom. I'm using my Ryobi nail gun with 1.5 inch nails. So we're just going to start right at the top. So the next thing we're going to do now is measure for the top piece. So we're going to get our tape measure and measure the exact distance from the end of the left piece to the end of the right piece. So we have 29 3/8. And the style of casing we're going to do is adding 1/4 inch on either side. So we're going to take the measurement that we just had and add 1/2 inch for that piece. So the piece that we measured upstairs is 29 3/8. So we're going to add 1/4 inch on either side of that. So that's going to be 29 7/8. The top piece is going to be a little bit bigger than the sides, so it's 3.5 inches wide and 5/8 of an inch thick. So I've marked out the measurement here, and I'm just going to cut it out on my miter saw. The next thing we're going to do is just add our top piece, so we're just going to place it right on top and get our level to make sure that it is level, which it is. And then we're going to use our measuring tape to make sure that it's an inch, a quarter of an inch on both sides. Perfect. And then we're just going to nail it right on to the wall. Now we're just going to fill all of the nail holes with wood filler. So I just use this DAP Alexa Plus, and it works pretty well for me. So you don't need to apply too much. A little bit goes a long way. Now that's going to need about 24 hours to dry, so until that dries, we're also going to caulk the sides of the seams, also on the inside and the top as well. You don't really need to do the top because you're not really going to see that area, and you can't really reach it on the left side here, so I usually just leave that one as well. So as you can see here, there's a little bit of an open seam running down the sides, and the best way to get rid of that and have a nice seamless look is by using some caulk. And the one that I like to use is the Alexa Flex. Like, this one has a little bit of give, so even if the wood expands and contracts, this moves with it, so the caulk won't ever kind of crack and peel apart. We've waited 24 hours and we let the wood filler dry, and I just have a sander here. It's a fine grit sander, and we're just going to sand the entire thing down. Put 2 coats of paint. I just have regular white paint from Behr at a semi-gloss, which is the same color that I'm using for all the trim around the house, so I'm just going to add it to this one as well. So you want to cut the edges along the side and paint just all along the inside and use a roller for the front pieces. As you can see here, the hinges are now black. I actually found a great cost-effective way of updating these by spray painting them rather than buying new ones. This actually saved me about $150 for all the hinges in the house. If you'd like to see how I did it, it's saved on my Instagram. You can check it out at diamondintherough_TO. As you can see, this is the final product after 2 coats of paint. I think it looks pretty great. Just want to say thanks for watching, and I hope you guys like and subscribe, comment, and make sure you share with your family and friends. Thanks again for watching.